Is my hair right? Does this shirt make my butt look fat? Oh, all right. Good morning, breathers. Part of my breath reclamation project. Breath cannot be overstated. The power, the importance of breath. Breath has very, very many benefits. And most of us are breathing not optimally. When we say take a deep breath, most of us go, maybe they'll do it through their nose, but they'll go, which that isn't all bad. But what I'm teaching is the nose, low, and slow. Breathe through your nose, diaphragmatically, nice and slow. Your lower rib cage should expand out a little bit. Your upper chest should barely move. It'll move a little bit. And the benefits of this are multitudinous. You can breathe low, slow, and through your nose. And why do we breathe through our nose? Because our nose is created for our breath. The mouth has nothing to do with breath. Yeah, you can get a lot more air in quicker, but it only goes to the upper chest. It is not filtered, it's not warmed, it's not humidified. It's unprotected. So you're breathing in all the pathogens that are in the area, all of them. And your lungs have about a tennis court square area. If you opened up all your air sacs and all the area in your lungs, it's that big. Our nose slows it down. It makes it go through these conical shapes. It has three bones in each side called turbinates, which makes the air flow kind of circular, and it slows it down and it pressurizes it. It filters it with the little nose hairs. It filters it with the carbon dioxide gas, which is not a waste product, which is very vital. It filters it with the nitric oxide gas, which is very vital. Carbon dioxide and nitric oxide are vasodilators. They open up our blood vessels. We have, well, I just counted them this morning, but I think I counted 50,000. No, I've been told we have 50,000 to 60,000 miles of blood vessels in our body. We have great potential for oxygenation. And we put a little pulse oximeter on. We put it on our finger. And most of us, I don't know if this is going to work. It's been sitting here for a little bit. I've got two of them. Most of us have about 95 to 100% blood oxygenation, which goes to say that we have a lot of oxygen in our blood, but it doesn't say that blood is automatically, that oxygen is being released from the hemoglobin into the working muscles. That's done with a higher level of carbon dioxide in the system. And the stimulus to breathe, by the way, is we have chemosensors in our brainstem and in our blood vessels in our lungs that say how much carbon dioxide is present. And it signals the brain to breathe. And the brain says, okay, diaphragm, breathe. And if we're not breathing through the diaphragm, we're using compensatory muscles, which is messing up our posture, and it's going to give us headaches, neck aches, and back aches. So what we want to do, what does this say? This is not quite working right, but so we want to increase our tolerance to carbon dioxide. And through nasal breathing and slow breathing and breathing less, we can raise our carbon dioxide level, raise our tolerance to it. So, for example, if we're doing a breath hold, we breathe in, of course, through the nose, breathe out, and just hold it out. And try this. You hold it out, and you feel like you want to breathe more. What that is carbon dioxide increasing in your blood and your lungs. Because when we're holding our breath, our heart is still pumping. Blood is still moving to our lungs through our whole body, and we're not releasing carbon dioxide, so it's increasing. What also is happening, if we practice this, we can feel our fingers and our toes warming up. And that's not because we're getting less oxygen. That's because we're getting more oxygen. So low, slow, and deep. Our breath is our best friend. It's with us until the day we die. And we need to acquaint ourselves with its anatomy. We need to acquaint ourselves with the diaphragm. The lungs and the nasal cavity are all one system. You have nasal infection, you have lung problems. You have lung problems, you have nasal problems. It's one system. And by breathing nasally, we're harnessing the natural chemicals to heal ourselves. We're getting more oxygenation throughout our body. We are filtering the air. We're getting more pure air. I mean, we all live in a toxic environment. The nose filters it. And what it doesn't kill, it captures in the mucous membrane and it moves it slowly but surely. I forget the rate of the speed that it moves it down into the acidic environment of the stomach, which most things are killed there if they're not killed by the carbon dioxide and the nitric oxide. So it's like you got a huge, awesome sports car. You're revving it up. Okay, here. I'm revving it up. Okay, now I'm just going to let it idle and feel the power generating through that. You can feel that throughout your body. So when you breathe light, slow, and low, when put your tension in your breath and also feel the energy going throughout your body. This is stimulating the vagus nerve. This is stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system. We actually can control our autonomic nervous system. We have a lot more say over it than what people think. For example, just a little off the topic here, when you go in a shower and turn it off the hot and onto the cold, you just sit there and relax. And when you can relax, you're overriding your autonomic nervous system. You are controlling, you're taking control of a deeper part of your body, a deeper part of yourself. So I'm getting all these little notices on my screen. I'll have to look at them later. So I'm going to give you a little exercise. This is called a BOLT score. BOLT, blood oxygen level test, through Patrick McEwen's Oxygen Advantage. I think of it more as a thermostat resetting or checking your thermostat. The thermostat is the carbon dioxide tolerance. So we want to increase our carbon dioxide tolerance so that we can have more oxygenation worldwide. I was going to say worldwide, body-wide. So we're going to take the idea is if we can do a Bolt score of 40 for consistently for 6 months, then we probably will be pretty free from colds and sinus affections and congestion. So a Bolt score goes like this, and really it's testing your uh, sensitivity to carbon dioxide. You take a normal. Oh, just off by the way, Patrick McEwen has done this for thousands and thousands of people. He's had Olympic athletes who couldn't make it to 15 seconds. They had a terrible Bolt score. I shouldn't say terrible, but it was very relatively low. So what you do is you get your timer on your phone, get your stopwatch going, and okay, let's see, stopwatch. We're going to take a normal breath in and a normal breath out, and we're going to pinch our nose when the breath is out and hold it. And we're just going to be aware of our bodies. And when our brain starts signaling strongly for us to breathe, like start maybe muscles move a little bit, that's it. That's your Bolt score. And the more you practice breath holds, which I'll show you in just a minute, a couple different ways, or maybe just one. I don't want this to be too long. It's probably at the end of most people's time limit, and I'm not that exciting, you know. Anyway, let's do the Bolt score. Take a normal breath in, normal breath out, and hold. Just hold. I want to talk a little bit. It'd be boring for me to hold it for you. And when you feel the need to breathe strongly, let go and take a controlled and relaxed breath in. And take a few breaths in, relaxed. And that's your score. And the first threshold we want to get to is 25 seconds. And again, this is not a competition. I mean, if you can get up to 60 seconds, that is fine. However, this is just the beginning. Once you get used to being conscious of your breath, you start to be conscious of your thoughts. You start to be aware of life all around you. You get out of your head and you can see and feel and think. You are more enlivened. Now, this is a daily practice. Again, we breathe 25,000 times a day. It's not like we don't have time to breathe. But instead of making our breath sugary, poisonous treat, let's make our breath the breath of life, the life-giving, nourishing, calming, invigorating, healing breath in every cell of our body. Breathe with every cell of our body. So here's something you can do every day. You're going about your business. Take a normal breath in, always through the nose. Normal breath out. And just hold it. Hold it out. And just feel that. Your abs will tighten a little bit, but the idea is to relax as much as possible and to feel the oxygen going throughout your body as you hold your breath. It's, what do they say? I don't know if this is the right word, but counterintuitive. You're holding your breath and you're getting more oxygen in your brain, in your bones, in your working muscles, in your organs. You can do that as many times during the day. Don't overdo it. For example, if you're driving, I mean, I do it when I'm driving, but I don't overdo it. So practice your little breath holds during the day, and you're breathing anyway. Why not do something that's simple and something that people generally aren't talking about? They're talking about deep breaths. They're talking about hyperventilation, which there's a place for that. That's like always picking on Wim Hof. He's amazing. The Wim Hof method is hyperventilation. You feel tingling, you feel lightheaded. That's not because you have more oxygen. It's because you're blowing off all your carbon dioxide, which means your oxygen is not able to get to your cells. And that's a stressor, and that's okay for a short period of time, and temporarily. Many people have been healed with that technique because it's stressing, and then your body compensates and comes back to it resets it. But my breath reclamation program is to help you all throughout the day, every breath you take. Light, slow, and low. It gives more time for gas exchange in the lungs. All right, breathers. Do me a favor, try this, and let me know how it goes, because it's a little different. It's not something you hear every day. So do me a favor also. I would like to ask you to shut your mouth and save your life. Coach Couch out.